Welcome back, I'm Vader Van Odin.
And I am Odin, the talkative.
Yes, and we're here with Let's Plat.
Not play.
Let's Plat. Gonna plat some here. Your hair's not long anymore. Let's play. Oh. Let's chat.
Not play.
We are here and we suck at this. But we're going to talk about video games and not play them. That's what we do for Let's Play Chat, not play. So, Odin, what have we been playing, not playing? It's not that funny. I'm glad you think so, because I feel really stupid. I'm going to leave it in, I'm going to roll with the punches, and knock this one out of the park.
Okay.
Alright, how about I talk about Detroit? You take a chill pill, and I'll talk about Detroit. That's the game I played recently. I've been not violently, I've been pretty sick recently, and so I had a lot of time off work. So I had a few days in a row where I was, first few days, no energy, couldn't do it. But my third or fourth day off work, I played through Detroit. It's about a game about artificial intelligence and robots. I
am a robot.
Yeah, they're way more advanced robots than that. They're pretty much human. The concept is about how when does robotic or artificial intelligence become human? Like, when do they become a living being that deserves our same respect and attention that we give other humans? And that's what the concept and the discussion and the moral of the story is what does our future hold with artificial intelligence? Are they going to take over the world like Terminator?
Slaves.
Or are they going to become our friends? Yeah. It was an interesting game. I actually really enjoyed the story, and the world was quite well done, I thought.
I've seen a little bit. I've seen there are multiple different paths you can take.
Yes. Yeah, you like looking at the different branching paths, because that was I thought it was a really cool feature how it showed you the branching paths at the end of the chapter, and you're like, whoa, how do you end up on a, doesn't necessarily show what it is, but like, how do you end up on a different path? Like, I felt like I chose the only choice that was available.
Yeah,
but there are other choices.
Sometimes you have to go to a certain one, but then it spreads out a million other paths.
Not quite a million, but there are a lot.
Yeah, some of the levels there are 10 different ways you can go.
Especially near the end, it starts getting, and because decisions you make early in the game will unlock available paths later in the game.
Yeah.
And I thought that was kind of cool. And so you could see that, there was actually something I could have unlocked, but didn't.
Could you you could probably play through the game and go unlock that to just experience it.
Yeah, I don't know, there are people who do that, but for me, I'm I've played it, I've experienced that story, it is my story, I'm happy to walk away and not play it again. I don't feel a need to go back and try.
It could be a big difference that could completely change it.
Yeah, and I get that, but for me and how I play games, I don't. Just that sound rude. I don't care because I've had this experience I had and I created. Going back and doing it doesn't feel fun for me. Part of my brain's ooh, I really want to see what these other options are. If we could keep so and so alive, or could we make, what would it be like? But I'm then I go try and do it, and I'm it's not really fun.
Yeah, I get what you're meaning, because sometimes when I play a game, for example, when we had The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, I finished the game.
Yep.
And I went to go play through it, but I spent 182 hours on the game.
Not that many. But you spent a lot of time.
I think it actually said that on the...
No, it wasn't 800. It can't be 800.
I said 100.
Oh, okay.
800 hours.
That's a long time. Yeah, you spent a lot of time on it. Yep.
Yes. And then I went through it. And I didn't realise how hard it was starting again. Because you have this, terrible weapons compared...
And then you forget how powerful you become.
Also, sometimes I play a game, and sometimes, when there's this amazing, super hard boss, I manage to kill it from, partly luck, and then when I try to go, play again, I can't do it because it was partly luck.
Well, not necessarily luck, but things when you're in the groove and you kind of did it. But you go back again and it doesn't work the same.
No.
Yep. I've had that. I feel you. I understand that. So yeah, replaying games isn't always fun.
No.
Basically, what I'm saying. I did even with A Plague Tale: Innocence, the game I think we talked last episode. Well, I hope I did because I love that game. Really good
Rats, lots of
game.
rats.
Yes, lots of rats. I think we did talk about last episode.
Yes,
on
we did.
Let's Chat, not play. See, I can say it.
It's eating you.
I really liked it, and there were collectibles in that game, and I don't think the collectibles were perfectly implemented, but because I liked the game, I was like, I'd like to get these collectibles. And I went and redid the first level, and then at the end I was like, that wasn't fun, because the whole immersion's taken away, because all I'm there for is searching for little shiny things in the corner.
Yeah.
And that takes away from the story, the world, the characters, and to me that not fun. I would love to platinum that game, but then I'm like, well,
It's not fun platinum games.
yeah, like so it's that shifting that mentality on why are we here to play games? Are we here to play it for the experience, or are we here just to play for the sake of playing?
Yeah. It's different for me with Spider-Man because I just enjoy jumping around on Spider-Man. I finished the story, but I just get the collectibles because I just like jumping around and fighting. So
Well, yeah, and that's fine because that's enjoyable enough in itself.
yeah, and you would like unlock different abilities and suits.
Yeah, exactly. And so it feels fun doing it, but when you're just kind of almost breaking the game by like running around every corner of the map,
Yeah.
like in a Plague Tale, it isn't fun. And ending back to Detroit, what we're talking about, just redoing stories and forcing outcomes that don't feel natural. For me, that's not entertaining because I've seen the outcome that I fought for effectively, that I spent energy making those decisions. Now trying to break those decisions on purpose, it isn't fun.
Yeah.
And so my decision is leave it. I might play the game. I've got it on PlayStation Plus, so we can play it whenever. In a few years' time, when I'm feeling like a story type game, I might come back to it and then try something new.
Yeah.
But not really interested at the moment.
Sometimes, like when I can't do a game, I just leave it, and then like maybe a while later,
Come back.
yeah, I come back to it and I can do it easily. And then if I get to another point where I just can't do it, I just leave it again. And
That's a
later on.
classic gamer like thing. Like I remember
Yeah.
doing that heaps when I was younger. Like playing, I can't really think of a specific example, but probably Crash Bandicoot, things like that. These old
Yeah.
jump platforms,
'Cause-
and you're stuck, and you're late at night. Your eyes are tired, and you're playing, and you're like, oh, why am I not doing this? And then you come back the next day, and it's like one and done.
But sometimes,
First go.
sometimes it's just I can't figure out how to do it, and it's
Yeah.
too hard. So maybe like a few months later, I come back to it.
Your brain has thought about it over
Yeah,
the time
well,
without even really thinking about it.
Like I've learnt more, and now I understand the game. Yeah.
And sometimes it's that the rest helps. Your brain's a bit sharper,
Yeah.
and your reaction speeds are quicker if it's a speed thing, or you fresh eyes. You're able to look at it from a different perspective. So
Yeah.
that is a very common thing
Yes.
with me and with other gamers I've talked to. So yeah, I'm not surprised that happens to you. So now you stop giggling. What game do you want to talk about today? What have you been playing?
A Bad North.
A Bad North.
I secretly downloaded the demo of it.
Yes, this is
I actually downloaded like on Friday, and you never noticed.
because I never get to play the Switch
I know-
anymore.
Yeah, like a while ago, you would just sit in bed playing.
I used to play.
How I knew was that in the morning the Nintendo Switch was what it's not right.
But no, recently I've been taking it to bed to plan on playing it, and then it's like bedtime and I'm too tired, and so just go to sleep. It's a hard life being a dad.
Sometimes I wake up, like on a Saturday, I wake up, I'm gonna go into the game room, pick up the Nintendo Switch, start playing. I'm cold.
And you go
Go
back
into
to
bed, playing.
Man, you got the easy life.
Yes, I
easy
do.
life.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, but anyway, so Bad North is a Switch title. I've been bad. I haven't done my research. Is it? I'm the Bad North, maybe.
Yeah, you're bad and you're in the north.
The North Island of New Zealand. So yeah,
Yes.
I don't know if it's just a Switch title. I'm assuming it's on other platforms.
It's probably on the computer, most likely.
Yeah, but maybe it's iPad because it's got touch controls.
Yes, it has.
We're not sure. We might put some logos in to explain what it is, but
Yeah.
Bad North.
The base of it, you're I think like
It's
there's
Viking. It's Viking orientated. The Bad North.
Yes, sort of.
Northman.
You start off where you have 2 units, which is you've got a little commander guy in the middle of 8 units around him.
8 soldiers, yep.
Yeah. And then you travel between islands. On each island there are certain houses. There is a small house, a medium house, and a big house. A big house gives you 3 coins, medium house gives you 2, small house gives you 1.
Yep, for defending them. That's the gist of the game.
If they get burnt by the little black and white guys who come attacking your things, it won't give you any money.
Yep. So fundamentally, because I've played a little bit of a demo,
Yes,
just to
yeah.
explain to those who haven't played it, it's a defense game
Yeah.
where you're defending a little island, one island at a time from invaders, which the little
Yeah.
invaders come in little Viking ships, and
Well, not Viking ships, just little wooden boats. It's
yeah,
not like
the longboats. It's styled after Vikings,
Yeah.
and the North type people and the Northernmen, which are the Vikings in Europe, and they come to the island, usually 1 or 2 boats at a time in different directions. It's a 3D environment, so you can spin the map around and have a look where they're coming through the fog of war. So it's the map's fogged outside on the rim, so it's harder to see them straight away.
Yeah.
And you move your little platoons. So you start with 2, don't you?
Yeah, and then as you go through the islands, sometimes they'll have like a little banner underneath it, and it'll have a little logo.
And you can recruit a new platoon.
Yeah, you go to there, and they'll be there,
And so then
they help you. And some of the islands have like a little hexagon with a question mark, and those are items. At the end of the thing, you'll get an item, which is like a ring of command or
we're seeing
a horn
bombs.
of a horn of war. The ring of command is my favourite because you equip it on a unit and then they get extra units.
Oh, so they're a bigger, stronger unit.
Yeah, and it's my favourite. Also,
That's cool.
when you give your coins to your units once you got them.
And it's from defending the houses
Yeah.
Oda mentioned earlier
Yeah.
successfully.
Yeah.
You get rewarded with coins.
Yeah, when you get 6 for a unit, you can choose what their class is.
You can upgrade them to a class.
Yeah, so
Yep.
archers, infantry, or pikes. Archers not good with melee, obviously.
Yep. Low defense,
Yeah,
but have ranged attack.
and pretty powerful.
What's really cool is that there's elevations on these hills,
Yeah,
and you
so-
can actually put them. And from my little testing, that the higher they are up, the further they can shoot.
Yeah,
which
because
makes
they can
sense.
shoot higher up
And
and,
they've
it'll
got
go further.
An arc. Yep. It's physics.
Yeah, and they can sometimes they could destroy an entire little boat
Before they get to the
before
land.
they even get to the beach. Yeah.
Yep. It's a real clever little strategy game. What's unique about it, from what I understand, every time you start a new campaign, it randomly generates the overall map, which is basically just one island with a line to more islands, and as you go down them, so you can't actually do all the islands, because if you do too many in a row, storm catches up with you and forces you to move further along the map. So you've got to choose your path carefully
Yes.
to get the items and new platoons as quick as possible, or you might miss out on an item
Also,
or platoon.
If the storm covers all the islands you're able to go to, it's game over.
Oh, so that it does game over, it doesn't force you over. Yep. So if you spend too
Yeah.
long dilly-dallying, going up and down instead of right, then yeah, as Odin said, you get a game over. And so it's quite unique. So that the maps change and the islands change within that overall map. So that when you zoom into
another
the
thing that
campaign,
makes it super hard is that if your commander dies, so if all your units of one group dies, they're gone forever. They can't come back. So if they die on one island, one of your platoons on one island die,
yep,
they're gone forever. If all your platoons die on the island,
obviously game over.
yeah, game over.
What's interesting though, what's cool is that you can actually use the boats that the enemies have come on, and if you're down to just 1 or 2 soldiers in
You
a
can
group,
flee.
you can send them off in one of the boats, and
And
so
then-
keep them alive. You won't be able to use them the rest of this round, but they'll be safe for the next
Also,
round,
you
which
can
is a cool
exit
little.
the island, so if you need to escape, if I can't do this anymore, it's too hard, you need to send your units to flee, and then you exit the island. If they haven't finished fleeing, or they haven't fled yet, then they will be lost forever.
Okay, but then tell me how much you like it. Like, it's yes or a no for a game.
So one thing about it, as you progress through the islands, I've only made it this far once. You'll find like giants, well, sort of.
Oh yes, I came across one of them. The bigger enemies.
Yeah, they're like
twice the size.
Bigger grey enemies, and they will take a lot more hits.
Yep.
I've only encountered them once, and I only encountered 2.
That's what I came across too. Yep.
Yeah.
It was about like 5 levels in.
On a scale of 1 to 5, actually.
1 to 5.
Yeah.
5 stars.
I'm gonna say 4.5. It's a little hard.
That's good. It's challenging.
Yeah, but it's a little too. Yeah, I'm still gonna say 4.5.
See, I'm curious.
Very good game.
We have to disclose that we've only played the demo, so there may be a slight differences in the main game.
Yes.
So it's a roguelike strategy action defense game?
I like it because I like it, my strategy and defense games. So this is like my ideal game.
Yep.
If we could get it for $25, that would be amazing.
But yeah, I think it's a good game.
Yes.
And then...
What's your rating on stars? 1 to 5? What's your star rating?
Well, I don't really want to give it a score yet. I think it's worth a look at for those who like the Switch games and like handheld games. It's definitely worth giving a look at. I don't want to give it a rating because I haven't really got a big bite of it myself. I've only had a little nibble. But moving on, because we have talked too long, and we've got to get to our sad story of the day and our discussion topic of the day.
Dragon Quest Builders.
Dragon Quest Builders 2.
Save loss.
Odin had a vital memory loss. I don't know what you called it. What did they call it? He was right near the end. He's very close to the ending. Playing it for 40 hours.
I'm pretty sure I was near the end because there were. I knew there were 2 more bosses. I just defeated the second to last boss, and I was going up a mountain. It was dark. Everyone was sad, and I had to leave to go somewhere.
Yes.
I was saving it. It was taking too long, and I was told to hurry up, so I left it there.
We had the internet man who was installing a new internet connection, and we think he may have unplugged the 4 plug that the consoles are plugged into.
Yeah, because when I turned it back on, it was loading.
System error.
Yeah, loading. I was like, please say my save file wasn't lost. And I find it was.
And so, despite the modern age and the rarity of save file corruption, Odin has found out what it's like to be an old school gamer, because that happened to me as well.
You know what makes me so mad though?
What?
There was a save file and an auto-save file.
This is dumb.
And the auto-save file corrupted too!
Yes.
I am so mad!
That is a dumb point. Like, why have a secondary auto-save file if they're connected?
If the auto-save didn't corrupt, I would only be sent back
10 minutes.
30, a minute.
Yeah.
I'd be only sent back a minute.
You'd have been better off not to have saved.
Maybe 2 or 3 minutes.
Odin was very sad, and he got a bit teary, and I can see that you're a bit sad now.
Seriously.
So anyway, then we thought that's an interesting thing, because that doesn't happen much anymore with modern technology.
Because modern technology is dumb.
No, it's good. It's
dumb.
way worse. Everybody I know who's been playing games more than 10, 15 years has lost save data.
It's dumb.
It's an old school gaming issue. For myself, I lost. So what we did, we asked a few people, our friends of ours who play games, some stories. So we're going to share those with you of their save file faux pas and where they've lost things. But I thought I'd tell you, and my big one was a long time ago, Final Fantasy 7. I would have been 13, 14 years old.
Last boss? Were you up to the last boss?
Yes, I was up to literally the last... Because you don't even know what a save point is, do you? Yeah, well, save points were a more common thing back in the day. Most RPGs, you had to get to a specific point where you could save.
That's harsh.
It was a lot harder.
If you're in the middle of an area and there's no save point for another good 5 minutes of playing...
you leave your console on for 2 days until you can play next.
Yeah, and you have to go right now. You can't play anymore. You need to go right now.
You leave it on, and that's the thing. And then you come home and your dad's turned it off, and it's like, no! that's something that you don't experience because they've got...
Or it turns off automatically.
Well, we had an internet guy here who was fiddling with all the machines, was plugging stuff in and out. So there was
Internet guy.
external factors. Anyway, my story was Final Fantasy VII. Literally at the last save point, I think I literally was playing. Got to there. We had to go. Me and my brother were going to go see friends of ours with the two brothers, family friends who were the same age as us.
You left it on.
No, I left it. Just turned it off. Saved it. Normal. Went to his house. He happened to be playing. The older brother of our friends was playing Final Fantasy VII and was literally at the last save point when we got to their house. Walked into the boss room and I watched them fight the final boss. Beat the final boss, and I watched the end cutscene. So I was like, I've seen it now. I'm in no hurry to finish it. And so I didn't. Went back to it a week or so later, because I better go and finish Final Fantasy VII now. I didn't rush to go home to do it, because I'd seen it just happen.
Yeah.
Went to go load it, and my memory card on my PlayStation 1 had corrupted, and lost my save file. That's a save file where I'd got Knights of the Round Table without the internet, without help. You don't even know what that is. It's a summon. I worked out and found it through hard work of just trial and error and exploring the world myself. Probably 100+ hours of work. So that was Odin's story. That's one of my stories. I have other ones, but we thought we'd share some of our friends' stories who shared them with us. First off, we have our friend Reagan. Hi, Reagan. 40+ hours into Far Cry 2. Loved this game like no other first person before it. Was trying for 100%. I accidentally triggered a known bug and it was all over the next time I tried to load up. Never did jump back into it or see the end of the game. So that was a bit different. It was a bug that caused... Although that's what could have happened with you. It might not have been the internet guy. It could have been a bug in the game that you're saving at this weird point. Games have issues like that. So his Reagan's wasn't an issue with the saving as such or losing of a file. It was of a bug in the game.
How do you trigger a bug?
That's the hard thing. Sometimes you just don't know. They can just happen. Like it's just a weird coding in the system where if you do this, then this happens. But you have to have done like in a perfect weird order. And they don't get picked up in testing because it's like a really weird thing. Like you have to be carrying like a specific number of items, and it can just trigger like the coding. Like sometimes go haywire.
Like you jump and go slice.
Yep.
Bug infected. Oh no.
Yeah, it could be as simple as that. It could be doing a dialogue choice before you've picked up the item, or there's lots of weird things that can happen. This is John. Over 100 hours on a stealth archer in Skyrim. And we know John loves Skyrim. My laptop died on me, and when I got it fixed, every file on it was corrupted. So I lost the best Skyrim character I've ever made. Thank goodness we have cloud saves now. And that's the thing. Odin's didn't get cloud saves because we have PlayStation Plus on my account.
But not on mine.
And all the PlayStation Plus features cross over between the family accounts on the PlayStation, except cloud saves.
See, I still find
which is a bit dumb
that you have to pay to have a backup. Just give me a backup for free.
Well, they cost money because they've got to store it somewhere, which costs money to maintain. So I can understand
it
costs.
What if I can't pay for it and then I lose like a bajillion hours of working?
Welcome to my world growing up. I lost a lot of save files.
But what if it was like something important? Like I was actually importantly doing something. What if it was like a school project and I spent like the entire year working on it?
I'll tell you a secret. School projects aren't important. Anyway. But Odin, that's not on the PlayStation. And we have backups for the computers. So calm down. Chill pill. And then we've got Joanna. I have one to trap them all. I caught all 251 Pokemon in Pokemon Silver, including Mew and Celebi. I think that's how you say it. Through a trade. She got that through a trade. And then my Game Boy save file battery died. Had all the Pokemon and lost. What I said back was at least you had got all of them. I think it would have been way worse if you got to 250 and needed one more and then it failed. Because then you're like, I was so close. But at least she got there and knows she did it. Shannon. Hi, Shannon. Wii U had a fatal memory error, and when we got it back from Nintendo, they said they couldn't fix it, so they sent a brand new Wii U to us. Dozens of game saves gone at once. Hundreds of hours of Splatoon, Bayonetta 1 and 2, Mario Kart 8, and all that stuff. Probably the worst part was that we were halfway through a playthrough of Wind Waker HD. That's a Zelda game. Luckily, I had just finished Earthbound on it, which was a cursed game for me, being deleted halfway through the other 2 times I'd attempted it. So he had lost the save file of a game called Earthbound twice before, and luckily he beat it before he got the, what do you call it? The fatal memory error. So that's a serious, he didn't just lose one game file, he lost all of them. And that happened on my memory card. I lost all my save files. And then Reagan again. Oh, I just remembered when my Wii corrupted my GameCube memory card and I lost every single save file from my GameCube days. That one hurt. So Shannon's comment reminded Reagan of that. So thanks everybody for commenting and sharing your pain with us. It does suck losing save files. I know how bad it is, but you're not alone. When I told people on Twitter, one of the comments I got back was, "It's a rite of passage. It has to happen to every game. To be a lover of games, you have to feel that loss."
Why did it have to be that? Why couldn't it be like when I just started Stardew Valley?
And that's what I'm saying. It's a rite of passage. It's going to happen. It happens less often now with modern technology, but it does happen. I've done it with Dark Souls 2. I switched PS3s to a bigger hard drive one. I upgraded to it was slim, whatever. I can't remember what it was. And I did something weird. I loaded up Dark Souls 2 before downloading the cloud backup, and it created a save, and that uploaded, and then it overwrote my save file. So I've made a mistake with PlayStation Plus cloud backups with games, and I've lost 100 hours, 120 hours worth of work on Dark Souls 2. But yeah, it happens. It sucks. Welcome to the world of an old school gamer. But that wraps it up for our Let's Chat.
Not sadness.
Not play. Not save.
Yeah, not save.
Thank you very much for watching and listening to us ramble on about video games. We love them, as you can tell, and I hope you enjoy the video games and you can share our enjoyment with us. Odin, send us off with a farewell.
Well, if you enjoyed this terrible story.
So sad. So sad.
Terrible story. Like, subscribe, and watch again for more sad stories.
No, hopefully happy stories next time.
Yes.
Alright, thank you. Bye for now.
Bye.
Much appreciated.
I should have never given him that summons. The man that I once knew has dissolved into nothing. A madness, a craze look plastered across his face. A cackling about smashing the vile blood queen in the pace. From toe to pointed head, he's covered in red, engulfed in the mockery of the vile immortal dead. A sick lust lingers in his tone as he speaks. A kind of madness I've not seen even in the beast. He breathes heavy, completely entranced by his deed. It's not